Hello, all you Swifties and Swizzlers. My name is Shannon. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. And Red, Taylor's version, it's out. And it is so good. It is so good. I'm literally obsessed. I was up till midnight waiting for it, and I listened to it, and I didn't get to go to bed till 2 a.m. So, love that. It was worth it though. So, let me explain this as I do in every video. I look like a bum, one, because I'm tired and I was up till 2 a.m. listening to an amazing album. And two, I feel like the vibe of a Red Taylor's version is more like cozy and stuff. So I'm like sitting in my bed, wearing my cozy sweatpants and my Taylor Swift red shirt, the first ever piece of Taylor Swift merchandise that I had ever gotten, just to add. And I wanted to film this like cozy casual video talking about like my reaction to Red Taylor's version. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, I wanted to start with the vault tracks because, oh my god, All Too Well Taylor's version. All Too Well 10 minutes. It is so good. So I'm gonna be honest here and admit that I have never been like the biggest fan of All Too Well. Like, I like it, it's a good song, it's very iconic in the Swiftie fandom, don't get me wrong, but it hasn't really been like my type of song vibe, Like, I'll listen to it when I'm like sad and stuff, but it's not like one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs, But All Too Well 10-minute version is so good. It is so good. It is like everything I ever wanted and hoped for and more. Like, just the added lyrics and then the change in tempo, so good. Like, I'm absolutely blown away. It is not what I expected, and I love it. I literally love it. I'm literally obsessed, which I know is kind of controversial because from the people that I've talked to and what I've heard, some don't really like the All Too Well 10-minute version because they don't like the change in tempo and they feel like it just keeps going for too long, which I really don't feel at all. I feel like it has a good pace, and when like I like how like the old songs like spread out throughout the 10 minutes instead of just like the normal song in the beginning and then the extra 5 minutes. But I don't think that'd be like a good idea. I like how it's like taken apart and spread out, which is unexpected but a good change. And just kind of like talking about changes in general, I'm gonna hop back to like the main album that we know and love. I love how she made some changes to, for example, Girl at Home. It is like a totally different song now, and I love it. I'm obsessed. Like, I've always liked the song Girl at Home, but it is kind of like boring. It's kind of like basic, But she changed it into something that we've like never really heard before, and I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed. I feel like it's a really like good change, a really needed change, which I also know is controversial. I've heard from a few people that they don't like the new Girl at Home, but I do. And then also the change with Babe, like, I know Sugarland sang it before, but like she added that one part to it. She added a few lyrics to it here and there, which like I forget what it is. I'm sorry. I'm a bad Swiftie. It's been like an hour since I listened to it, but I really like the changes she made in Babe. And it's different. I didn't expect to like have those changes because in Fearless Taylor's version we didn't really get any changes like that. But I'm glad we did. Like, I really think it improved the album. I really, really do. And the vault tracks are just so good. They're not what I expected at all. I expected like these sad, like these really sad songs like the rest of Red. But I mean, their titles are all like super sad. Like, I thought Message in a Bottle was kind of gonna be upbeat also. Peep the laptop. I'm looking at the song titles because I filmed this video once before and it was awful. I forgot like all of the song titles I was talking about. So I have my laptop here with the song titles, so don't worry about that. But the titles like Forever Winter, Run, like I thought they were gonna be like super sad songs, but they're not. They're super upbeat, which I love. I really didn't expect to love the vault tracks as much as I do. Like, these vault tracks are probably my favorite part of Red Taylor's version, Whereas my favorite part of Fearless Taylor's version was definitely like hearing the old songs you recorded, like the new Love Story, the new You Belong With Me. Like, I was obsessed with those. The vault tracks were okay. I just didn't think they were Taylor's best work personally. They weren't the best part of the album, you know? But just hearing these new vault tracks, I'm like, I'm obsessed. I love them so much, especially that All Too Well 10-minute version. It, like, improved the song drastically for me. Like, I love it. I am obsessed with it. And okay, so I want to talk about Ronan for a little bit. So I had never listened to the song Ronan before because I know it's really, really sad. You know, it's about a poor child who, you know, passed away due to cancer. And like, yeah, I listen to sad songs here and there, but you know, like, there's only like a few times where I like really, really want to like cry and feel something, you know? So I was honestly quite nervous to listen to Ronan because just I heard how sad it was. And when I got to it, I surprisingly hadn't cried yet when I was like listening to the album for the first time at midnight, which is probably due to the fact that I was just really tired and kind of like falling in and out of sleep. But when Ronan came on, I just absolutely started bawling. It is such a beautiful song, and it is so, so, so sad. It really tugs at those heartstrings, and when I say I bawled, I mean I just completely bawled. Like, just the part where she sings about, like, those were the best 4 years, like, it really makes you think, like, he was only 4 years old. That is, like, just so awful and heartbreaking to think about, and, like, all my love goes out to like Ronan's parents and family. Like, that just, oh my god, it's just so awful. And anybody who's ever had to unfortunately experience a loss like that, any loss at all, but I just really can't imagine. And like, it's just awful. I'm getting choked up now just even thinking about it. But I loved it. But it's just so sad that I have to like skip it when I'm playing through the album, because like I will start bawling my eyes out, and you know, I'm not trying to do that all the time. But just talking about the main album again, I really like it. I really do like it. And it was so cool just hearing songs like I Knew You Were Trouble. Like, I have been obsessed with I Knew You Were Trouble for years. If you ask, like, anybody, they will say, like, for the longest time, I Knew You Were Trouble was, like, my favorite song before Enchanted became my favorite song. Enchanted is my favorite Taylor song now, but, like, I Knew You Were Trouble is definitely a close second. But just hearing that song again for the first time, like, it's just so crazy, and I love it, and it goes so hard. Like, bro, I was vibing. It was just so amazing, and I loved it so, so much. Okay, so now I think it's time where I am going to give you my top 3 songs from the vault tracks and from the main album. So I try and give you like a top 3 or top 5 ranking in all of my like reaction videos, because I don't do traditional reaction videos. If you've watched any of my other videos before, then you know this. So yeah, let's do my top 3 ranking now. So my top 3 from the main album is probably, number 3 is probably Treacherous, I'm gonna say. Number 2 is I Knew You Were Trouble, and then I think number 1 is just Begin Again. It's so good. I love Begin Again. I honestly like recently became re-obsessed with Begin Again, and like just hearing it like this, it's just like chef's kiss. Okay, now for my top 3 from the vault tracks, which is like really hard because I'm obsessed with a lot of the vault tracks right now, so this is like really difficult for me to do. But number 1, All Too Well 10-minute version, hands down, so good. I'm obsessed. When I listen to it, it literally doesn't sound like it's been 10 minutes. Like, it just goes by so fast because I'm obsessed. Number 2 is probably, It's Nothing New by Phoebe Bridgers and Taylor Swift. Obviously, Taylor Swift. But Nothing New featuring Phoebe Bridgers. Oh, this song is so good. Definitely my number 2. It's giving me, like, very, like, Seven vibes and, like, folklorian vibes. Like, do you guys hear that? Please comment below if you think Nothing New gives, like, very folklorian vibes, which I definitely wasn't expecting on this album. I wasn't expecting a lot of things on this album, and I'm glad that I hear them, you know. It's like, I'm blown away by this album. It's so good, clearly, as I'm, like, throwing my arms around everywhere because I love it so much. So, yeah, number 2 is Nothing New. And then number 3, probably The Very First Night. Yeah, The Very First Night is so good. Super, like, upbeat and catchy, and I'm like, yeah, The Very First Night, you know. But all the vault tracks are so freaking good. I love all of them. And the titles are very misleading. I thought they were all gonna be, like, super duper sad, like Forever Winter. It's so upbeat, and I love it, and it's probably, like, my number 4 favorite song, you know, like, from the vault tracks at least. It's so good. Like, I really didn't expect the vault tracks to be so upbeat, and it's just, I'm obsessed. I love it so much. I just love this whole re-recording so much. Definitely, I like it more than Fearless Tales version. You know, I love hearing, like, the old songs how they were. You know, on Fearless, it's, like, nostalgia and everything. But just, I love what she did to Red. I feel like she took an already amazing album and just made it 10 times better somehow, which I didn't even know that was possible. There's actually this review going around where, like, the reviewer says that, like, she took an amazing album and made it even more amazing somehow, which I, like, completely agree with, 100%. She took what was good and made it, like, the best, and it just makes me so happy. And it also just makes me happy being able to, like, talk about this with you guys. Like, this release has definitely been, like, a different experience for me from past releases, because I would have, like, been able to, like, actually talk to people about this. Like, I have some friends from, like, school and stuff that I have been, like, talking to about this release, and it's so interesting getting to hear, like, their opinions and stuff, because normally, like, I have my best friend Mackenzie, shout out to you, Mackenzie, who I'm, like, able to talk about Taylor Swift with, and then obviously, like, I have this channel in, like, the comment section where I get to talk about you guys, like, about this, but it's just so different, like, hearing perspectives from other people that I didn't even know were Taylor Swift fans until they were like, oh, hey, Shannon, like, did you listen to Red? Like, first of all, obviously, I'm, like, the Taylor Swift girl of my school. So, like, obviously I listened to Red Taylor's version. I was up till midnight, till 2 a.m. listening to it. But, yeah, I love that my legacy is the Taylor Swift girl, by the way. Like, that is so iconic of me. I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest. But, yeah, I'm just, like, it was so interesting to hear their opinions about different things and, like, just hearing different perspectives that I wasn't, like, used to hearing before. Like, I'm like, yeah, like, I get it. I don't feel the same way, but I get it, like, and I respect your opinion. That's one thing that I love about the Taylor Swift community and fandom. It's just, like, being able to talk to you guys and, like, hearing your opinions and stuff, and just, like, this fandom and, like, community can be, like, so supportive and so fun, and, like, I love having this YouTube channel and being able to talk about Taylor Swift with you guys, because, like, Taylor Swift has been my idol forever. Like, her music literally means so much to me, and so, like, being able to talk about it like this is just, I love it. I love making videos. I love, you know, like, having the Taylor Swift Instagram, which, by the way, if you're not following me on my Taylor Swift Instagram, you definitely should. The name is Shaden the Swiftie, like it is. Like my YouTube channel, the name is. You know, like, I love being able to connect with people over Taylor Swift and over her music, and it's just amazing, and it's super duper fun. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Red Taylor's version. I love it so much. Make sure to leave, you know, you guys' like top 3s and just, you know, opinions in the comments down below. I love to hear it. I love talking to you guys about this. And yeah, All Too Well short film out tonight. Very exciting. Will probably be out by the time that I post this video. But it's not out yet by the time that I'm filming this video. But yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!